What's up, YouTube? It's a video game hunter. Long time no see. I've adjusted some shit in the back of my room, but oh well. So, I have something cool to show you guys. Goodwill. I happened to walk in there before some other fucking nerd like me. So, without further ado, let me show you what I got. Walk in there. This is sitting on the shelf. Beavis and Butthead. That's a little bit beat up, but you know, it's still worth more than $5, as you can see. So, I look on the shelf next to it, and I find this one. That's a game you don't often see. Hook. So, once again, $5, and if y'all know, sells for between 15 to 20. So it's not a common one you see, a Disney one. Then, on the shelf next to that, I grabbed this guy. I've had this one, and I've sold it a couple of times. This is worth about $10, so I mean, I could double my money on it. But, yeah, I thought that was it. I'm like, oh man, that's cool. You know, I found those. That's awesome. So, my wife tells me, she's like, Luke, you gotta come over here and look at this. So I'm walking over there and I peek around. They got two carts sitting in there. And at the end of the other cart that she didn't see that I seen, I look and I see a game peeking out at me. Well, I'll show you said game. So I walk up there and I see this guy peeking out. Final fight. $5. It's about a $15 game. And I'm like, oh man, that's cool. Well, the only thing bad about these is this and that, but it ain't no big fucking deal. They can be cleaned. So, I lift up what's next to there to find the last four. And I'm going to do them cool like this for you guys. Found this guy, Donkey Kong Country. I've had this one numerous times. While I was on hiatus, I'll call it, I picked up a few things. I picked up a Super Nintendo lot that had some 64 shit in there. Nothing too fancy. Found a couple uncommons, shit like that. But it had two of these guys in it. Well, I just sold one 2 days ago for like $18 or $19. So, next up, sitting right next to it, Super Mario World. Well, there's been a big debate lately. A lot of people have been talking. If you see the seal on there, right? Some of the seals are backwards. If you get a backwards seal, it's worth, I think they said it's almost double. So, the next one that we find, sitting right next to that one, is this guy. Super Mario All-Stars. You know, people don't believe you when you find this shit at Goodwill, but you don't always find it. But I just so happened to be in the right spot at the right time. And, you know, I see a little bit of marker on the top. I ain't concerned about it. And the final one that I found was actually really cool. It goes along with Mario. And, for those of you that know, boom. Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island. That's the expensive one out the lot. So, I go in there with $25, and I am well over that, as you guys can see. So, I ended up having to bum some money off my wife. But, on a lighter note, I found something else that was sweet. This isn't video game related, but I am a fucking nut for older, cooler shit. It just so happens, you know, I find some playing cards for 69 cents, right? That's all cool, fine and dandy and everything. But people just look at them and say, oh, well, they're, you know, bullshit. Look at the back of these bitches. The Stratosphere in Las Vegas. All these cards that I found are complete decks. And they're, you know, the cards from the Stratosphere. I'll show you guys. But they're not all the same. They're not all the Stratosphere cards. See, they're all specially stamped on the back and shit like that. From when the casino got new cards. Well, yeah, every casino does that. These casinos are no longer in business. These casinos have been demolished. So I've got a set up from the Stratosphere. The next one that I'll show you guys that one last. The next one, this one's still in business. But that's the old Caesar's Palace logo. And it just so happens that a lot of these cards that I bought, you know, some of them have the stamp in the middle. And you see that? Well, they stamp some of the cards. Some of them do, some of them don't. Some cut the tips on them. Well, I found some that don't have the tips cut on them and that don't have the holes in them, which is not a very common thing to find. Okay, let me make sure I give you guys the right stuff. Okay, I gotta show you them ones last too. Alright, the next one is the Imperial Palace. I don't know if that's still open or not, but those are all there. And they're all just specialty cards. Now, see, I'll show you guys these. These haven't been cut. I'll pull a card out, just a random card. See, these ones haven't been cut or stamped. They've been marked on the top, but I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me see if the black will pick up. Okay. But anyways, those ones haven't been stamped or cut. And that's not common practice. They're supposed to cut and stamp them. Or at least cut the tips on them. So, we'll put them back. The next one I'm going to show you guys is... This is pretty cool. I like the color. This is in downtown Vegas, or it was. The Four Queens. The Four Queens Hotel, I believe, has been since shut down. But I can't tell you. But see, I'll show you guys what I'm talking about. See, these ones, they cut the corners on the top and the bottom. That's to tell, so that way you're not cheating, you know. Because they use the same kind of cards. They just so happen to, you know, when they... the casino that's around me does the same thing, but they stamp the centers of them. The next one, the reason why I bought this is because it's still sealed. It says that the deck was used for actual casino play by this fabulous casino. And it's by the Boulder Station Hotel Casino, and I don't know where that's at. But those are special casino cards, and those ones, if you see, the top's still sealed on them, so they're worth more money. The last one, I think, is the fucking sweetest because of the colors of the card. It's the Rio in Las Vegas. Now, I'm going to show you guys these sons of bitches. I might be keeping these ones. Now, look. You'll see, as I told you, tops have been rounded. Look at the back of that motherfucker. It's purple. It's going to show kind of a bluish color, but they are like a vibrant purple. So, I don't think I did too bad for 55, but I also got something in the living room that you guys would be interested in seeing. It's a, what's it called? It is a vintage Freon tester. Freon? Not Freon, but a vintage coolant detector. And it's in its original case. It's got the original work. And it's got the, it's chrome. It's beautiful. But it's got its original case. And I seen one on eBay sell for about $25 loose. And I believe that the case one sells for more. I gotta do some more research, but I paid $5 for it. So, $5 I didn't think was too bad. So, just with this one, and this one, my money's back. And then the rest is all second nature, man. So, 10, 20, $40 in those games. So, actually, no, let me rephrase that. Let's try that again. Just in those two, my money's back in my games. But I don't think I did too bad. So, I want you guys to like, comment, subscribe. I've been trying to do videos. It's just I've been so fucking busy. I had some videos in the pipe, but I just haven't been doing them because I've only picked up a few things here and there. It's been kind of dry. Or there's a guy that lives around my area who's on YouTube who's also a fucking idiot. I'm not gonna give you his name on here, but he'll probably watch my video. He doesn't really care for me, and I really don't care for him. He does the same thing I do, and I offered him my Bucky O'Hare game I got off of somebody. It was missing the poster. The poster is like $50 or $60 poster. It's expensive. But the game complete with the poster sells for like $300 and something fucking dollars. I told him I would give him a better deal since I know him, and I would sell it to him for $200. Granted, I don't think that was too bad. You know, I said it's in good shape. I said I'll show you the box and everything. The box wasn't super good, but I mean it was a good solid 7 out of 10. It wasn't ripped. It was just, you know, a little bit, you know, a little bit edge damage. But everything else was there. The fucking game itself was beautiful. Oh my God, this guy pissed a bitch about it. Well, I know you didn't pay that much for it, and I'm not going to pay you that much for it and everything else. And I said, fine. I said, you're the one that told me you wanted it complete. Well, I just want to buy the box off of you. I said, fuck you. So he is on my list of people I don't fucking like. I see him on YouTube talking about he's buying local and everything else, and he's not buying local at all. He's buying out of fucking state. You know, I watched the Rebel Gaming Club. They're fucking buying in Connecticut. One of the hardest places to buy in. And he sometimes goes outside of Connecticut, but he tells you he's going outside of Connecticut. I hunt locally. And by locally, I live in a small town, so my next biggest town up is Battle Creek. And I go between there and Kalamazoo. Maybe Coldwater. So, I mean, I'm not going very far. But I'm hunting in my area. This motherfucker goes down in the middle of Indiana and hunts. Tries to say it's his local Goodwill. It's his local this, local that. He's full of shit. And I pissed him off so bad when he talked to my brother. He don't fucking talk to me anymore. I told him I had some complete in box games. Well, he wants this, he wants that, but he only wants to pay me, if the game's $200, he only wants to pay me $30 for it. And I told him to get fucked, basically. I don't mind selling my stuff, but if it's stuff that I like that I'm keeping, then fine, I'll keep it. But he's just, he has an attitude. And me and him he's a competitive guy. And, like, he started his YouTube channel because of me. He likes to hunt and everything else, but he never started a YouTube channel till he found out I had one. It just so happens he has more viewers than I have, but he's also, in my opinion, he's a little rich bitch. But that's between me and everybody else on YouTube now. But I won't give you guys his name, but you'll find him on YouTube eventually. He's got more viewers than me, but you know what? I don't really give a shit. I don't do it for the money. I do it for the fun of doing it. I like making money here and there, but I mean, I don't need to make any money. You know, as long as my money's covered that I spent, good enough. But, back on the Bucky O'Hare thing. So I sold it, was going to sell it to him for $200. He got mad. So I turned around and I sold it to somebody else. I sold it for $220. After all my fees and shit, I made $200 and shipping it. After everything else said, about $200. And he seen me at the store and he was all pissy and shit like that. Well, you know, I told him what it was. I've done deals with better people than him, and I've done deals with worse people than him. You know, he wanted a deal. I was going to give him a deal for $100 less. And I think that's pretty fucking good, because he was just going to turn it and flip it anyways. So he would have made $100 on it. He had one I needed. And then I told him I had a Zelda complete in box, and it just so happens the same day I got my other one. So I've got a couple heavy hitter Zeldas complete in the box. It's about $100 plus. I sell anything that's worth over that except for that, but neither here nor there. Just bitching. My last pickup, I sold most of it, but I kept a couple of things. And I've switched my room, or I've switched my game room around. I've actually done a lot better. I won't show you guys, but I found out that I have more regular Nintendo games than I originally thought. I have more Super games than I originally thought. Now that I put them together, I do, and I have more in a tote in my basement. But just ones that I actually play are out. I'm right around 100 to 700. No, maybe not. Maybe about 90. If you guys like this, like, comment, subscribe. And if you guys don't know, Fallout 76 is going to be a thing soon with Bethesda. If I get this released tonight, it will be showing tomorrow on the E3 live event at 6:30 p.m. So if you guys are fans of the Fallout franchise, follow it. If it's an online multiplayer, I will not play it. But if it's an offline single player, I will play it. I don't mind if it's an offline multiplayer. Me and my wife will play it. She loves playing that fucking game with me. And I think it'd be fun to play multiplayer. But offline, I'm not a big online fan. Only for like Gears of War and shit like that. But you guys have a good day. Peace. See ya.